At my 8-year-old's $2,500 birthday party, my sister-in-law looked my daughter Emma dead in the eye and said, "None of this food is for you. Go ask your mom for your special plate." In front of every kid, at her own party. All the other children were laughing, faces covered in frosting, grabbing cupcakes and candy. Emma just stood there holding an empty plate like proof that she didn't belong. And the worst part? I saw this coming. Lauren, my sister-in-law, had to control everything. My husband Daniel's family treats her like the golden child, and my kids are just background extras. So let me ask you, if you were me, what would you have done? Drop your answer in the comments. And if this already makes your blood boil, stick around, hit like, and subscribe. Because what happened next was so much worse. You know how every family has that one golden child? The one who can do no wrong, even when they are clearly the problem? In my husband's family, that person is my sister-in-law, Lauren. And my husband, Daniel, has spent his whole life orbiting around her like some kind of unpaid emotional assistant. Before I tell you what she did to my daughter at her own birthday party, you have to understand where all of this started. From the first time I met his parents, I noticed it. Every story at the dinner table somehow circled back to Lauren. Lauren walked at 9 months. Lauren's teachers loved her. Lauren got into this program. Lauren is starting a business. Meanwhile, Daniel would mention something small about his job, and his mom would just nod like, that's nice. And then go right back to talking about Lauren's latest dream. It felt like sitting in a movie where my husband was an extra in his own family. Later, when we were engaged, Daniel told me they couldn't help him with college at all. He'd worked nights, taken out loans, done everything alone. But 4 years after he graduated, when Lauren turned 18, suddenly there was money. "We want her to focus on her studies," his dad said. "She has so much potential." And then the kicker. They asked Daniel to chip in for her tuition. Not only did they not support him, they wanted him to help support the golden child. And he did, because that's who he is. Because they trained him to feel guilty if he ever said no. Fast forward a few years, we're married. We have 2 daughters, Paige and Emma. My girls are kind, thoughtful, the type of kids who will let another child go first without being asked. And of course, that became their label in his family. "They're such nice girls," his mom would say. But what she really meant was, they won't complain when we ignore them. Family gatherings always looked the same. Lauren's kids, Mason and Chloe, got first pick of everything. Gifts, games, dessert. If Emma reached for something, someone would gently say, "Let Chloe pick first, sweetie. She's younger." Sometimes Chloe wasn't even younger. She was just Lauren's daughter. Can you imagine watching your child shrink herself to stay easy for other people? Emma started stepping back on her own. Paige would stand a little in front of her like a tiny shield. And every time I told myself, don't start anything, don't make it awkward, just get through dinner. Smile, swallow it. Go home and cry in the car instead. Tell me in the comments if you've ever bit your tongue so hard for peace that it almost bled. Meanwhile, Daniel's parents kept taking money from him. Monthly transfers, emergency help, random bills they couldn't handle, all while bragging about how proud they were of Lauren's new event planning business. The same business that would eventually take over my child's birthday. The same business they expected us to pay top dollar for, while still treating us like we should be grateful. If this already sounds unfair to you, hit like so I know I'm not crazy. Because in that house, they had me convinced I was the dramatic one. And through all of this, I kept thinking, as long as my kids are safe, I can swallow it. I can put up with the favoritism, the little cuts, the constant comparisons. I thought I could take it. But Lauren didn't just cross a line. She stepped over my child to do it. The day of the party, I kept telling myself, it's fine. It's just a kid's party. Don't overthink it. We paid $2,500 for catering because Lauren insisted on handling everything through her new event business. His parents acted like she was planning a royal wedding. I just wanted Emma to feel normal for one day. A safe party, some cake, that's it. Emma has a severe nut allergy. Not a little rash, not she gets itchy. I'm talking EpiPen, ambulance, watch her turn blue severe. We told Lauren, we told his parents, we sent lists, we had long conversations. I replayed our ER visit in my head all week, but I calmed myself down. They know. Nobody would be careless with a child's life, right? When the food arrived, the kids swarmed the table. Platters of cupcakes, cookies, pastries, beautiful fruit bowls. It looked perfect. Then I heard Emma's voice. Does this have nuts? If you're a parent of an allergic kid, you know how that sentence can slice right through you. My stomach dropped. Emma stood there with an empty plate, eyes darting from tray to tray. Another kid just shrugged and grabbed a cupcake. Emma turned to Lauren, who was behind the table like the star of her own show. Aunt Lauren, can I have this one? She held up a cupcake like she was asking permission to be included in her own birthday. Lauren didn't even look at her. Didn't turn, didn't soften. She just kept arranging plates and said, loud and clear so the whole room could hear, none of this food is for you. Go ask your mom for your special plate. That line right there, it broke something in me. Emma froze. A couple of kids stopped chewing. One boy had chocolate all over his face, holding the exact same cupcake Emma couldn't have. My daughter looked at their plates, looked down at her empty one, then at me with this tiny, embarrassed smile. Mom, did you bring my plate? At her own party, with her name on the banner. I walked over to Lauren. Why would you say that to her? She finally rolled her eyes and looked at me. She has a nut allergy, she said. I assumed you brought something safe. It's not fair for every other kid to miss out because of one allergy. You should have brought her food. That's your job. In that moment, she didn't see my daughter as a child. She saw her as an inconvenience. I grabbed the catering sheet. Every single item had nuts, almonds, pistachios, hazelnuts, cashews. Even the fruit bowls were covered in chopped nuts. There are 1,000 safe options she could have ordered. She chose none. This wasn't ignorance. This was a decision. Behind me, his mom added, "It's not dangerous if she doesn't eat it, Jessica." His dad muttered, "You're ruining the party. Lauren worked hard on this." So now I'm standing there with a humiliated child, surrounded by food that could literally kill her, and somehow I'm the villain. If this already makes you angry, hit like or share this, because parents of allergic kids get called dramatic all the time for trying to keep their children alive. Something inside me went very still. Not rage, just clarity. I stepped onto a chair and said, "Everyone, can I have your attention?" The room went quiet. "None of this food is safe for my daughter," I said. "So it's all being removed. I'm ordering new food that is safe. Kids can play outside while we wait. If you disagree, you're welcome to take your plate and step outside. But this food is not staying in here with her." You could feel the shock roll through the room. Kids gasped, parents stared. And then Daniel walked over and stood beside me, shoulders squared. He didn't have to say anything. The look on his face said it all. This was the moment he stopped choosing peace over his own child. When the last car pulled away and the front door finally clicked shut, the house went quiet in a way that didn't feel peaceful. It felt hollow. The girls were wiped out. Emma crawled into bed, clutching her stuffed unicorn, still talking about the games they played after we got safe food. Paige did her usual guard dog routine. "No nuts in your room, right?" Before kissing her goodnight. Whatever had exploded around her, at least Emma went to sleep thinking, "I still had a birthday." That was the only thing keeping me from falling apart. Daniel and I stood in the hallway like two people who just walked out of a wreck. I was pacing because if I sat down, I knew I'd cry. He kept rubbing the back of his neck, that nervous habit he has when he's trying not to shut down. I finally said, "That was insane." Normally, this is where he'd say, "They didn't mean it," or "Let's not make things worse." This time, he didn't say any of that. He just turned, walked into his office, and opened his laptop. I followed him. "What are you doing?" I asked. He didn't look up. "Finishing it," he said. And then I watched him do something I honestly never believed he'd do. He cut the financial cord his parents had tied around his throat for years. Click. Monthly transfers to his parents. Canceled. Click. The emergency credit card he'd opened for them. Closed. Click. Automatic payments for their unexpected bills. Deleted. Money they had treated like a right instantly became what it always was, his. If you've ever watched someone finally choose their own family over the one that broke them, You know how wild that moment feels. Tell me in the comments if you've ever had to cut someone off and felt guilty and free at the same time. Then he turned to me and said, "Cancel the catering payment." Not a suggestion, a boundary. I opened Lauren's invoice, the cute logo, the little sparkle emoji like she was blessing us with luxury instead of serving food that could have killed my child. And I hit dispute. Reason? Unsafe food, known allergy ignored, service unusable. 15 seconds and $2,500 was no longer hers. She noticed fast. My phone lit up. "Did you cancel my payment?" "That was my money." "I already spent it. You're robbing me." "Answer me right now." I flipped my phone face down. "This is going to get loud," I told Daniel. He just said, "Let it." Lauren went straight to Facebook. On her business page, her personal page, a local moms group. "I was robbed today," she wrote. "My own sister-in-law refused to pay after I planned her daughter's party. I'm out thousands. I don't know how I'll recover." For a minute, people rushed to comfort her. There's always someone ready to type. "Some people are so ungrateful." Then someone commented, "Wasn't there a kid with a severe nut allergy at that party?" And everything flipped. The question started, why did you serve nuts at a children's party with allergies? Did you ignore an allergy list? If you can't keep kids safe, maybe party planning isn't for you. One woman wrote, "Honestly, the mom should be charging you for endangering her child." Reviews on Lauren's business page tanked. 1 star after 1 star. People who didn't even know me could see what she refused to admit. You don't get paid for almost killing a child. By that night, Lauren posted, "I'm closing my business. Hope you're happy." I'm not saying I threw a party, but I did think, you lit this fire yourself. The next morning, Daniel's parents realized the money had stopped. His phone blew up. The bank made a mistake. We rely on that support. "You owe us, Daniel. Fix it." He texted back 2 words, "No mistake." Around noon, the doorbell rang. On the porch, his mom, his dad, and Lauren, all furious. "No hello? No, is Emma okay?" His mom opened with, "You will restart those payments." His dad added, "We depended on you." Lauren snapped, "You destroyed my business. You stole from me." Daniel stepped beside me, shoulders squared just like he had at the party. "We're done," he said. His mom scoffed, "You don't get to be done. We're family." And Daniel replied, "You used me for years. You put my daughter in danger. You blamed my wife for protecting her. You are not safe for my kids, and you are not welcome in our lives. Leave." They tried guilt. They tried tears. They tried, "After everything we've done for you." But for the first time in his life, he didn't fold. Eventually, they walked back to their car. The door shut behind them with a heavy final sound. This time, the silence in our house felt different. Not empty. Clean. If you were in my shoes, would you have gone this far, or would you have done it sooner? Tell me in the comments. And if you think parents need to hear that it's okay to choose their kids over toxic family, hit like, share this story, and subscribe. Because that was the day my husband finally chose us, and I will never apologize for that. When that door closed behind them, it felt like the house finally exhaled. Not because everything was magically fixed, but because the constant buzzing in the background was gone. No more, just let it go. No more guilt texts attached to bank transfers. No more pretending my kids were okay with being second place in a family they didn't ask to be born into. I tucked Emma into bed that night, and she whispered, "Mom, are they mad at us?" And I said, "They might be, but I'm not. I'm proud of us." And I meant it. For the first time, I chose being the bad guy in someone else's story over being the quiet, polite mom who watches her child get hurt. But I still ask myself sometimes, am I in the wrong? Was I too harsh for cutting them off? Or was this the only way to protect my daughters and my own sanity? What would you have done if this was your child, your family, your line in the sand? Let me know in the comments. Do you think I went too far or not far enough? And if this story hit something in you, please like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe so we can talk more about hard boundaries, messy families, and choosing your kids every single time.